There once was a time in a far-off land where it could take upwards of 2 minutes 15 seconds to learn about amazing video games, but these days 2 minutes should be just fine. And with that said, this is 120 seconds, and this is Total War Warhammer 3. When you think of Total War, you might first think of Japanese samurai, medieval Europe, Viking invasions, Trojan Wars, Roman empires, British empires, French people. It's basically a strategy series based around taking a period of history and throwing a mix of real-time and grand strategy elements together to generally amazing results. Total War Warhammer 3, however, isn't based on any real-world time period and is instead based on something called Warhammer. No, we've never heard of it either. But what is Warhammer, I hear you ask? Well, in short, imagine if Lord of the Rings was not called Lord of the Rings, but was instead called Warhammer. And that's basically where the differences start and end. The only minor difference is while Lord of the Rings has grown a huge mainstream following, the only following that Warhammer fans do is heavily frowned upon by local law enforcement. Total War Warhammer 3, which we'll all get bored of saying at some point, is a deep strategy game that will demand hours to learn its mechanics, something that's made harder by the complex and long established lore. New players may be put off initially, but with this game coming to Game Pass on day one, we can't help but feel that a few meetings took place back at Creative Assembly HQ that stressed the importance of a strong tutorial, one that would specifically welcome those people who only download games because they're included in a subscription that they got for cheap from a stolen key site using the Argentinian Xbox store. Graphics are good, gameplay is excellent, and the story for Warhammer 3 is, well, I guess it's great if you understand what's going on. That's no criticism at all, but we're just saying if you love playing with small metal figures in a shop in a small English town centre, then this game's probably going to land better for you. It's clear by jumping into this game that it's the culmination of over 20 years of learning and testing different ideas. Lots of the menus and gameplay mechanics are now streamlined, and we feel it might be a bit of a chore going back to some of the older titles after you finish playing this one. The epic battles from the Total War series feature once more, and there's honestly nothing more satisfying than spending time planning and executing the perfect strategic attack, or spending hours setting everything up, only to realise you kind of got the rock paper scissors mechanics of the units a little bit wrong, and now you have to watch your army die in a large scale battle, resulting in a very depressing pile of bodies. That was 120 seconds, and that was Total War Warhammer 3. The only question that we'll be asking once the dust settles is how Creative Assembly have managed to knock out 15 Total War games in a little over 20 years, but we still haven't got a sequel to Alien Isolation. Oh, what about Total War Alien? Well, that's clearly my idea, so I'll take the royalties for that, but come on Creative Assembly, get it made. Thanks for watching. We have more in this series on our channel where we look at some great games in just 120 seconds. Why not subscribe below to see future videos, and let us know in the comments if you actually paid for Total War Warhammer 3 or if you're just watching this video while it downloads on Game Pass.